we all love to have autographs of people or of some of our favorite artists, and it's like going after them.
Absolutely.
What do you find here at the autograph store here in Aspen?
What do we find as popular autographs?
Yes.
We sell, of course, a lot of the American sports, a lot of the teams like the Dallas Cowboys, the New England Patriots, NBA, and of course Premier League soccer, a lot of Barcelona and Ronaldo and those types of things. But we also sell all the different U.S. presidents, Thomas Jefferson here. We sell George Washington all the way up to the current president, although he's not quite as popular. But we also do interesting things, David Ben Gurion.
Yes. I
and
see that you have
Thomas
things from
Edison.
Israel.
So we do have a number of things from Israel, and we have a lot of popularity due to our clientele. But we have a collection right now of a number of different Ben Gurion signed letters. And they're all different letters from his time in Israel. Some are signed as Prime Minister. This particular one is signed as Prime Minister and Minister of Defense on the letterhead. I don't know if you can see that or not. But it's really interesting.
What's interesting about this letter or the other one? Does it have a story about it?
Yeah, this particular one, I mean, we bought it from a big collection of someone who years ago, about 25 years ago, collected all the best documents he could find from David Ben Gurion. And this one, I'll paraphrase a little, but he talks about certain historians and communities of the world look askance at the uniqueness of Israel and try to prove, using questionable reporting, that the nation of Israel has not created anything new and is not original.
Right.
He says that this is not true, and they are not copying. This has existed and continued to be for thousands of years, and Israel has returned to its historic homeland.
Right.
Very important, very interesting letter.
And it's from Ben Gurion.
From Ben Gurion.
What year is that?
So this letter is 1956, August of 1956.
56, just new.
So, and still pertains.
You sell this thing for people who want to collect all of this.
Yes, so we sell to people who collect many, many different documents, or sometimes on something like this, it will be important to them, and they collect only one document and one of interest this way.
And tell me something. I saw that you come from Napoleon also. Let's go back there.
So yeah, we can walk this way if you'd like. Here's one signed by Napoleon Bonaparte. It's actually an Italian document from the Italian campaign, so it's written in Italian. And then he signed everything basically NP for Napoleon, but it's a good, bold, strong signature from the Emperor of France.
And I see something that it's not very known, a picture of the Beatles with Muhammad Ali.
Yes, so if you pan right up from there.
Most of the most important figures of the world.
So two of the most influential and certainly famous figures in the world. And it's interesting, this was in 1964. Muhammad Ali was training for his very first heavyweight fight against Sonny Liston. The Beatles were at the end of their first big U.S. tour in '64 and went down to Miami Beach where Ali was training. The Beatles management wanted them to meet the greatest boxer in the world, who was Sonny Liston. So Sonny Liston was training in the same gym as Ali. Liston would not meet the Beatles, called them sissies, and said, I will not meet the Beatles, who were coming to do this event. So the Beatles came, thought they were going to meet Liston, and they came to Muhammad Ali and said, will you please meet the Beatles? Ali didn't care about the Beatles, but he decided that it was worthwhile for the press to meet the Beatles. And so that's how this photo came.
But it's interesting, the photo. They're on the floor, he's on the up.
They're praying for their life. They're all hamming around and having a good time.
Tell me something. How do you know some material is original? Because maybe when I was a young, I go into it, I don't know, Hugo Sanchez in Mexico or Muhammad Ali here in the United States, and having signed my ball, my book.
So everything we do, and if you see here, there's a picture of us from the signing with Ali. Everything we do on Modern Athletes are paid private autograph sessions. So we hologram the piece, and we know that it's real from when it's signed. But if you went and got Muhammad Ali when he was down in Mexico, or Pele, or someone like that, we do have independent third-party authentication. So we have authenticators. Everyone's handwriting is almost as unique as a thumbprint. And they can, after the fact, tell you if a signature is real or fake. And so it's a bit of a process, but that's how we have to do it on George Washington, Gerald Ford, John Lennon, those types of people.
You have one helmet of the second best team in the world, of the NFL best team from the Patriots, signed with a lot of signatures there. How do you get it? Or it's one day there you went and there are all of them, or
Yes. So this particular helmet is signed by 36 members of the New England Patriots, and it went to 36 different paid private autograph sessions. So each athlete, including Tom Brady and Julian Edelman, got a check at the time of signing, and it went from signing to signing to signing to signing, and then had to go through all of that authentication as well. So it's not inexpensive to get it done, but it's a very unique piece, and these
Yes.
ones with 36 are the most autographs.
36
team.
of a team. It's incredible to have.
It is, and it's a lot of work, and that's a lot of signatures. That's about as many as we ever have from a Super Bowl team.
What gives one of these objects their price? How do you determine that some seats in the Yankee Stadium they are $1,000 and a helmet is $6,000
Yes.
and a leather I don't know $2,000?
Everything is supply and demand.
Yes.
So the market determines the price, how popular something is, and how rare something is. To some degree, also on things like the Patriots, it's how much they charge.
All right.
Tom Brady alone is a $1,500 autograph on a multi.
They charge for signing after.
Yeah, they charge. So some of it on that, we don't have a lot of markup on something at $6,000 on a Patriots helmet because we paid so much to get it done. Something like the Yankee Stadium seats, there were a lot of seats.
Right,
and
so-
they pulled them all out when they tore the stadium down in 2009. So it seems like $1,000 on those is cheap, but it's because there are more of them that exist.
I know that the NFL team helmet is your most precious object here, but for you, which one is the most precious object you have ever got it?
Boy, we've had a lot of handwritten lyrics. I've had handwritten lyrics from Jimi Hendrix,
All right.
from Jim Morrison, from John Lennon, from Paul McCartney. I think those are some of my absolute favorite things, watching them. There's a McCartney here, if you'd like to look.
Yes.
And it's not for a Beatles song, it's for a solo song. But you can tell here how he scratches things off, and it's part of the creative process of him writing a song. And that's the most fascinating thing I think we sell to me, is watching someone create what makes it into the final song and what doesn't.
Is there any object you sometime got and you say, I want to keep it for me, I have it in my house, I wanted to sell, but this is for me?
I try very hard to be a dealer and sell everything and take care of our clients. I have many things I've kept over the years. My favorite is back to United States history, but Benjamin Franklin, when he was trying to help the United States secure financing in France during our Revolutionary War, he was in France and he convinced a British ship captain to take his ship back to the United States. And he signed a little one-page oath, and it's basically an oath of allegiance to this fledgling United States, which had no navy.
Yes.
All written, oath of allegiance to the United States, signed your humble servant, Benjamin Franklin,
All right.
France. And it's my favorite piece.
And tell me something, can somebody ask you, or what is the most strangest thing somebody asks you to get? I don't know, I want a letter from somebody signing when they went to the moon. I don't know, is there something, can somebody ask you if they can get?
Yes,
if
they
you can
ask
get
all the time.
All right.
We do all sorts of special requests. Usually I'll tell them right away if it's too strange and I know we can't get it, or if it's something that is something we are able to get.
All right.
Usually people are asking for signed documents. I mean, I've had people ask for Lincoln Emancipation Proclamation documents, which are only in national museums except for one. But we're pretty good at filtering through what we can get and what we can't. But we do special requests all the time. It's a very big part of our
Can
business.
somebody ask you, I want an autograph photo or an autograph signed object of this artist, of this?
Yes.
Yes.
We do that all the time. And some are very difficult, and we have waiting lists. Jim
Yes.
Morrison, I mentioned, is a very, very rare autograph,
Yes.
and we have 40 or 50 people on a waiting list.
All right.
And we maybe will get one every 3 or 4 years.
There have to be
So-
many. There have to be many people that ask you. I want a sign. I don't know, a Ronaldo signature to have them in the room to say he signed it for me. No?
Yes, and we do ask some for personalization. To Marco, to people like that. But certainly we do that a lot as well.
They never ask you for a Marcos signature thing or for a Isaac from Dario Gurion signature. If they ask you, I will give it for you, not for the $400 of
Thank you.
Tom
for that.
Brady.
Just
I
please
will
don't-
make you
Please
a.
don't sign our helmet.
All right. Just to finish that, if somebody has something that he thinks is value,
Yes.
first of all, what can he sell it to you? Can he
Yes,
sell
the
it to
best-
you? Can he ask you if there is
Yes, the best thing to do is to contact us through theautographsource.com. Tell us what it is, and if we need to, we can then get a photograph of it. We'll tell them if it has value or if it doesn't, and then how to authenticate and how to proceed from there. Some things, some people sign a lot, so some things you have may be worth very little and you think they're worth a lot, or vice versa. But we can tell you exactly what it's worth at wholesale, what it's worth at retail, so you can insure it properly, or if you want to sell it, so that you can sell it.
I think here at the autograph source in Aspen, you have here not just autograph things, you have history. I think it's a spot that everybody has to come and see, because every object at the back, it's not just a signature. If you have a helmet of the Patriots, it's because the Patriots won this Super Bowl. It has something about there, the photographs,
I
everything.
think you're right. Every bit of it is world or American history, be it the New England Patriots, Babe Ruth, Dak Prescott.
That's the most important. You need one of the
all
most
of that
powerful
is-
teams. You need one.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, from the Águilas from America. It's a Mexican team. Football.
Okay.
It's the most important. You need something here.
So you'll have to connect us, and we'll
Yes.
start selling those as well, and then we'll send them all back to Mexico.
What have you learned about history in these objects? Or what can people who comes to Aspen learn about history in this?
I think it also depends. It depends on the piece that we have here.
Yes.
But every little piece here is a piece of world history, and some of them may be history from 2016.
Yes.
Some of them, like the Queen Isabella and King Ferdinand, are history from 1501. But it's all history, and it all shapes us as human beings.
All right. This is a obligated spot here in Aspen. Everybody has to come, has to learn, has to see what Rick has here in Aspen. It's incredible, all the history in these walls.